Wait over until the Sunday to see them take to the field. Moist Esports, Team Secret, and can Team Secret just make Moist relive some not-so-fond memories?
Yeah, not the first time today, perhaps. Moist starting off the day with a 3-0 loss against them. Secret, of course, with a very nice win over SSG, so they've got the momentum on the day. Of course, both teams have landed on the same overall score, with Moist going undefeated yesterday. Team Secret had to bounce back from an earlier loss. Moist don't seem too bothered. Joyo looks so comfortable on stage. Rise has been, well, in every matchup apart from Carmine Corp, I think best player on the pitch. So let's see what they can do. Can they get back to work? Can they keep proving to everybody that they are just different when it comes to LAN matches?
It's also be one of those matches as well where we get to figure out even more where KC kind of stands, because they were mightily impressive against Moist, and that was, well, mightily impressive maybe for the wrong reasons by Rise. Joyo does clear, should have the reset, couldn't quite reach for it. A couple of demo attempts, but sad. It's undeterred. One play for me, Johnny, as do see Astral go back up, flip, reset. And this is the player I am looking at the most. KV1, I was so excited to see him at Worlds. It just didn't quite click during Dallas for him. I would love to see him start to come online during these live events, because I think he could be a very special player.
Oh, absolutely. And, you know, Knight and Sad, of course, played alongside Astromic. These two teams have made a swap since the World Championship, where the club and Secret had the same 6 players, but now we've got Astromic and we've got KV1 out and Bems in. KV1 will actually open the scoring here. Well, where was Moist defense on this play? Knight lobs it up to the backboard. Astral was in the area, but not able to get the read.
Astral believed in the double tap. Unfortunately for him, he believed wrong. Team Secret have got the first goal. This is to skip those terrifying matches that will be on tomorrow. The eliminations all day in front of the cheering Rotterdam crowd, and also up against teams that are coming in from a win. You do not want to be in that position. Johnny, we were looking at this before we came in as well. In the case that Moist Esports were to lose either 3-1 or 3-0, they'd be pretty down there when it comes to seeding.
Yeah, their overall game win-loss will not be good if they lose this. They'll be in the negative, which means they're going to be playing probably against one of the better teams coming up from that 1-2 round to meet them in the 2-2. And like you mentioned, a very key component is that these guys will need to wait. The loser of this match will need to wait until the end of the day and play against a team who have already got a win on the main stage. So, you know, in many ways, you might be favoring the team with momentum on their side there, especially if it's Moist down there, because that would actually be 2 losses back-to-back against a team who's starting to regain, but oh, they're almost able to tie the game here. Rise receiving the infield pass. Team Secret are able to stop that one. Can't let Moist get too many more of those though. Moist have been extremely deadly in any matchup except against that Kryptonite K-Corp.
Team Secret, it's just going to be about keeping Moist in that mentality of that they have been on a losing trend coming into this match. Yes, it is against KC, but Moist this season haven't had quite the rebound that they used to have with Vatira. On numerous occasions during the regionals that they just don't figure it back out. They don't put games behind them, as Joyo now needs to get this one away from his own goal. 90 seconds left here in game number 1, off the backboard. Joyo takes away the double tap opportunity, but it has been Team Secret for the most part pressing at a time that Moist Esports need to be the ones finding chances.
Team Secret flexing their mechanics in this matchup. A lot of people watching might think that Moist will just be able to dominate and beat Team Secret to everything. Just style on them with their aerial prowess, but that's not what Team Secret let you do. Moist now double committing in offense. It's not a disaster, but it's far from ideal. Team Secret are a team I've gained a lot of respect over the past 6 months. Internationally, they haven't really produced the best results in the actual tournaments, but in practice, they're a scary team. They're a fast team. Everybody knows that when they could play aggressively and confidently, they could take down anyone. And they played a fantastic game here, knocking on the door of Moist once again.
KV1 decides to wait. He's got Astral charging him down at the moment. That is a little bit dangerous, but Team Secret will be very happy to see that nobody on Moist was available to move that one onto the net. KV1 just test Rise. 30 seconds, pass, not going to make it anywhere. Knight takes back over. Delays. Team Secret are not forcing the issue here. Just playing the safe options. Safest option for now is back into the corner. Moist Esports going to have one final shot at this before time runs out.
Team Secret really starving Moist of chances. Just 3 shots to talk about so far. Team Secret still in an excellent position at the end of the game. Boost running low, but they've got everybody behind the ball. Astral having to pull off some acrobatics to keep it up, but keep it up he does.
Knight with Joyo right in front of him. They just need to get the ball to hit the floor. They will do exactly that. And Team Secret made Moist look slow. I don't think I've ever said that.
I mean, the key here is trying to keep them on no goals, because you know as soon as Moist score a goal, Rise is going to be yelling at Team Secret across the room. He's going to be, you know, probably yelling at them in Portuguese. Rise from, well, he's from England, but he lives in Portugal. He can speak Portuguese, of course, the national language of Brazil. So he had a lot to say to the club when they matched up against him yesterday. He was even singing to them in Portuguese at one point, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, he couldn't get in. There's nothing really to sing about in that game for Moist. One decent chance at an infield pass, but Team Secret, like you mentioned, quick to cut it off. They were very fast in this game. They're starting to produce that scrim level that we've heard about on the main stage. They're looking for their 3rd straight series win here.
I want to talk to you about that as well, because there's been an awful lot of events that we come in and we hear, this team's doing great at scrims, this team's doing fantastic at scrims. Throughout the course of Rocket League history, doesn't usually mean anything. There's been a lot of teams that are playing well and then the tournament starts and it's nowhere. This feels like one of the first events where those scrim results, you look at Power, you look at Team Secret, are becoming more relevant.
Well, you know, I'd say practice, scrims, one-off results don't really matter in my opinion. I'd never really weigh a team too heavily because I heard that they won one time. They, you know, took a scrim session against a good team once. But when a team's doing it consistently, when a team like Secret can pull that off, I do believe it. I think that really tells me something. It's if they're consistently winning in practice, really the only difference between that and consistently winning on a stage in a situation like this, it's all about confidence, it's all about consistency, it's always about being able to play under pressure to your normal ability. But if Team Secret can put the pressure to one side and play like they do in practice, play like they have played in practice, you know, KV1 on the roster now, but Saturday Night have been doing this for a long time. KV1, of course, in the club, some fantastic results.
Oh, you're not stopping it.
Joyo will open the scoring though. Now finally Moist have something to make some noise for. What's a pass from Astral, slinging it off the reset towards Joyo.
Well, if that's the level that you're going to have to pull off in order to get that ball past Team Secret, then Moist will be okay with that, because they can produce that level. Just need to find it more consistently. 2nd goal of the series. Both teams have taken 1 each. Importantly now, it's Moist Esports that can try to do it to Team Secret what they had done to them in the previous game. Joyo, solid challenge, and that boost does not comply with Sad, trying to get him take it on his way through. This is going to be the 2nd one. No Rise, can't win the challenge by enough. That boost still not around. Sad is the one with the most right now on his team. He's the one that's going to have to work this one away. Not only that, he might actually come up with an opportunity, but Astral having none of it.
Still clean movement coming up from Team Secret. I'm liking what I'm seeing from them with their recoveries, with their landings, with their aerial efficiency. This is going to give Moist consistent problems. Nothing Moist can't handle, but they'll need to keep playing well if they're going to subdue Team Secret and come out victorious today, which, as you mentioned earlier, is such an important thing to do. The teams who are down there in the 1-2 rounds are all incredibly gifted teams, and if they're coming in with momentum to a stage match tomorrow, you could be in a lot of trouble.
Oh, that's huge.
Looking to air dribble the open net here before Rise retreats, and he's not able to sneak it through. Just not quite enough momentum. Rise recovers, denies the tie.
It's just a horrible timing for him. Demo came in as he'd already lifted the ball off the ground for the air dribble, but
oh wow,
Sad will still get the goal back. And Johnny, where is everyone gone?
I mean, it's a nice recovery from Sad, but Astral should be able to see that coming. He should be able to position himself to intercept the shot, or maybe just jump up and block it. He can see that he was kind of stuck in no man's land there. Paused, started reversing, realized that there was no way he was going to catch up to it. Just a slight misposition there. I mean, usually, Moist will have that figured out. They're going to be following up the initial challenge with a second one before Sad can get back to the ball. But you've always got to look out for that. When a player's near the wall like Sad was there, the recovery is almost instantaneous. You've got to absolutely nail the timing of the second challenge, or you're just both going to get outplayed like we saw there.
There was a lot of excitement yesterday as well from the Moist fans that it looked like the rotation was a little bit crisper than what we had during the regionals. Not want those questions to start popping back up again. Rise back into the midfield. Taking his time. Sad can't get a huge amount of contact. Joyo for Astral. Astral to net. And KV1 gets away with it. Still got a decent amount of boost. Now it's Team Secret looking to try and break away. Moist Esports plenty of time. They've got the demo. Rise will chase. And he's got it in.
Okay, just sneaks it in. Rise for the second goal for Moist. Key demo at the back there to give Rise an open net. Obviously, he should be scoring that one, but I think he might not have. I think the defender might have put it in for him. Obviously, defender doesn't have time to wait and see where that shot goes. They've got to jump up and try to block it. But Rise does get the touch to bounce in eventually. Take the 2-1 lead. Team Secret really making them work here. Oh my goodness. Surely Sad will get the goal. Moist immediately lose their lead. And it's Sad who gets a huge dunk on Rise to make it happen.
Astral just left. Astral believed that his teammate was going to get some extra contact on it. But Team Secret, they sprung the surprise. They went for it early. They got the challenge. And before it drops down, Astral could not respond.
Yeah, they were also trying not to own goal. Both Astral and Joyo on the goal line, trying not to slam it in their own net because 90% of the ball was already in. Any touch in the wrong direction, you've owned goal. And in an attempt not to do that, they ended up just missing, and the ball sat there long enough to roll in.
Talking an awful lot back at Worlds about how teams that managed to get themselves the 3 games always went on to win the overall series. Well, today it has been whoever gets the first game has gone on to win the overall series, as long as you've been on the A stream. Over the B stream, a little bit more chaotic. Team Secret, they would love, adore if that continued on. Sad almost found Joyo, who had to have his head on a swivel to make sure that he avoided that hit. Now KV1 taken out. Rise ends up missing. Sad reacts well as well. Knight, KV1 in the midfield, realized that that was not going to be an option for him. 40 seconds, all to play for, and Astral possession of the ball.
Well, this is not looking great for Moist. They're already down by 1. They've lost the lead twice now in game 2. Rise, who was the Iceman yesterday, I think the most impressive player outside of Oxygen and Carmine Corp, has made a couple of unnecessary mistakes there. They're panicking. They really need this win. If Moist can't get a game win here, what pressure they're going to be under? 5 straight game losses if that's the case. On the day, like you mentioned, all sweeps in the mainstream. That does not bode well for Moist Esports.
There is not an easy match down there. Joyo off the post, and they're going to put it in first time. Shot afterwards is going to go wide. Are we going to require overtime? It was a double commit. Knight gives it to Rise. He's put it wide as well. Nil chance that was supposed to end at a 2 each. Yes, somehow, Johnny, we've made it to overtime.
Well, the team who are these days the most famous, and for the last year the most famous for their 0-second antics, unable to hit the net with 2 consecutive 0-second plays.
Surely.
Joyo puts it in for the win. It took a few tries, but Moist got the goal they were looking for. KV1 trying to clear the ball, just gets it right out to Joyo. Shoots it behind Sad, who's waiting on the goal line. Well, that was far from easy, but such an important win there for Moist. Team Secret, had they won this, would have had the fan favorites in huge trouble.
Made that a lot more difficult than it needed to.
I'd say so.
That was, yeah, that was certainly a thing. And I think Moist will be fully aware of that. Team Secret got back in. More importantly, got to see Moist make quite a few mistakes. They'll still be encouraged by what they saw in that game. Take a look at that, though. What a play it was from Astral. And we fought right there. Wow, okay, that was good. Moist back in it, and not quite so much.
Yeah, I think the issue Moist have had in these games is Team Secret's speed to the ball, when they decide to go, they're getting there very quickly. They are very efficient with their aerial challenges. They get up so fast for the play that is starting to make Moist panic. They're thinking every time they turn to go for the ball, every time they jump for the ball, they're thinking, okay, anything less than max speed, I'm going to get beaten, so I've got to get up quickly. That actually forced Rise to completely miss a routine aerial in this game. He just jumped up in the wrong direction because he thought, I've got to get up now or else I'm going to get beaten. That's the constant pressure of Team Secret that causes that. But hey, well played Moist. Even in a game where they were struggling, they got the job done.
And they broke the streak. We have a 1-1 series. We were speed running through this broadcast. It really did feel like another European land, didn't it? London was, yeah, certainly quick during the opening round. Wasn't quite up for the day where we decided to try and beat that. And one each.
Well,
it's all up to seeing who can now make those mid-series adjustments. KB1 takes to the air and he's wiped out Joyo. Decides to send him, and now Rise to the opposite side of the field. As that previous sending, that meant KV1 was in position.
Yeah, Team Secret still look very fast to the ball. Moist know that though, and they're playing at max pace as well. Hard to see. Very speedy matchup. Some teams prefer to slow the game down when they notice their opponents trying to beat them to everything. I don't think that's what Moist want to do here. Rise had to really stretch to catch up to that heavy hit towards the goal. He managed to get it clear. Team Secret look very impressive right now. You know, a lot of teams in that 1-2 round are probably thinking, well, I hope Moist wins, that Team Secret come down and maybe we can get them on our last match before the top 8. I don't know, like Team Secret, they are a scary team, a very, very scary team. Remember, this is a Moist who have taken down FaZe, a Moist who have looked very impressive all weekend, even beating Team Secret's regional counterparts, the club, yesterday. Team Secret out here looking for revenge for their brethren.
KV1 off the wall. Joyo decides to go and meet him in the midway. Most Esports though starting to enjoy a little bit more possession. Team Secret fully aware that mechanical players cannot be allowed to get started. They've got to meet them at the first point of contact. Because once the resets start coming in, and they can come from any one of that trio, you are in a lot of trouble. Now from the corner, Joy was kind of surprised that Rise even got that ball over to him. They keep on going, but KV1, there's no falling for the tricks from Team Secret. They play the ball every single time. Now off the backboard, who's first to it? Astral loses the challenge to Sad, who gets it wide of the goal.
Well, for a moment there, it looked like Secret were going to get away unscathed from Moist's attempt to boost starve them. They collected both back corner boosts, while Moist were taking the ball one way and then the other way across the box. They didn't steal the boost away, so Secret were actually in a good position, but suddenly a double tap from Rise had their crossbar rattled. Secret did survive, but those early challenges that we've become accustomed to didn't come through there. Moist given an opportunity from close range. Crossbar to the rescue. Team Secret, there's another one this time. They're forced to make the save. Knight did.
This is becoming more and more of Moist's style of game. They have not got the goal to show for it just yet. KB1, oh, didn't collect the boost on his way through. Knight does.
I wonder if he left that for a teammate. That's extremely brave if he did, not knowing exactly who's behind him. If there's any Moist players lingering in the area. He's got great boost management.
Oh, there is!
About it, and he's going to have an open net here. What a 50-50 by Knight.
Just waiting for it. Team Secret knew. Look at this, Knight goes. And barely any movement needed from KV1. He was fully aware that that was his opportunity, that his teammate was going to barrel through the challenge.
Oh, how has Knight managed that? Joyo must have been thinking, let me just make sure that I block the potential shot here, but Knight completely manipulated that in Team Secret's favor. Now can Joyo read the downbounce? Not quite, in fact.
Knight is unreal right now.
From Knight, that's insane. We had two players from Moist flying in at that one, trying to connect. Knight pre-jumps it and keeps the score at 1-0.
Oh, in the space of 30 seconds, Knight is starting to harvest clips for himself. Joyo looking for the outplay. Or the most amount of consecutive touches Moist have been allowed without a Team Secret challenge. Rise back in. KV1 wins the challenge, puts Joyo in an awkward spot. They've got rid of one player. Astral has to go early. I see exactly why Knight was going for it. It was almost a guaranteed win, but they've managed to go for the pinch and just wide of the net.
It's another quiet game in offense for Moist. Secret are defending so well. They're limiting Moist opportunities to get excited, to start yelling at them across the other side of the room. Something that works so well for Moist against FaZe, something that works so well for them against the club. It's Team Secret's defense that's been so impressive. Their midfield control. They're starving Moist of opportunities once again, and they've scored with their only shot of the game.
Oh, there we go. Rise, 1, 2. Is there anyone left? Yes, there is! And of course, it was Knight.
Hold on, Astral's pitched this the
No
wrong
way.
way.
Oh,
What a save. Astral pitched it back, and Knight had to catch onto it. KV1, of course, you're going to put your money on him in most 1v1s in that position. He needs some help here. Sad's giving it to him. Still, 1 goal in it. Moist trying to up the pace even more. Team Secret are okay with it.
Oh, infield, Knight is already around. It might be to the opposite direction. Sad double tap, back of the net. It will be double match point for Team Secret.
Yeah, Moist just trying to take the game to a mechanical level that Team Secret can't play at. I don't know if there's such a thing. Is there a pace that these guys can ascend to? Is there anything in Moist's exquisite mechanical arsenal that Team Secret haven't seen before? I don't know if there is. South America is a region full of such top-class mechanical merchants. They are handling everything Moist throws at them. I mean, some spectacular saves this game. But it's the challenges, it's the ability to survive the Moist pressure that impresses me most. 2-1. Team Secret just a game away from top 8.
What's really impressed me is that it's timed. They're not, you see a lot of teams see what Moist do, and they just try and get there. And they're hoping that just having a car around is going to be enough to stop it. But for Team Secret, they're comfortable, they're happy, they know when to make the challenge. So not only make life easy for their teammates, but they're outright winning it overall and starting the counter-attacking plays. Moist Esports, maybe for the first time ever in the org's history, the mechanics aren't working at all.
Yeah, do they have another game plan? I mean, this is...
It's like, are they going to get passing plays?
Well, it's like you mentioned. I mean, even passing plays for Moist are usually fast and flashy. Everything's all about outpacing, outstyling, just being the aggressor.
The Astral goal.
They've never really been a team to just sit back and let the opponents come at them. They've never really had to switch up stylistically, ever. I mean, even when they have been beaten, it's been right down to the wire at the tail end of a tournament. Thinking of G2 at the Winter Major, thinking of Furia at the World Championship. Those are the only losses that Moist have late in an event, and this is new territory for them. And obviously they don't need to win this, but you almost need to win this. Look at who's below them. If Moist lose this, they're going to be facing one of the 1-2 teams right now. You look at that list, it's crazy the level that's down there. You've got Liquid, you've got Falcons, you've got G2, you've got Quadrant and Space Station Gaming. I mean, who do you want from that list? I don't know if any one of those teams were expected to be in 1-2 coming into this event. Most stacked LAN in Rocket League history. Moist needs something here. Oh, they've not got any favors from Secret, who once again denied the shot on the goal line. Joyo can't get the follow-up. Just brilliant defense from Team Secret. They're standing composed and strong in the face of danger.
It's one thing to be losing when the other team is just outright dominating and you haven't really had the chance to play your style of game. Moist have been playing their style of game.
Yeah.
And it hurts differently because it's not working. Nothing gets through. Team Secret, stylistically, have matched up brilliantly to Moist Esports. That can all change.
They're also quick. I mean, there's constant pressure on Moist. If they don't move the ball, Team Secret will. So they've got to
And then the pinch clear. That just hurts.
They've just got so little time on the ball before someone from Team Secret is on top of them. And as soon as one challenge lands, it's another one, and then another one, and the recoveries keep coming through. Team Secret's ability to sustain themselves in these situations really is so impressive, and it's such a wonderful thing to see a team that's got so much potential live up to that potential. They've had a struggle this season. It's not been easy for them in South America, making it to this event on a tiebreaker in the very last day of the season. And now look at them, about to go top 8. If they could just get one more game here. That being said, this game has been all Moist. Now, it's kind of following the same script that we had last game. Team Secret survived. They just kept on defending and defending until they got one chance and they took it. Can they do it again?
KV1, despite being almost rugby tackled out of the air, Still able to find contact on the ball. It has still been all moist. But the boost management from Team Secret has been on point. Now finally, going to see the opposite side of the field. KV1, good challenge. Sad ends up getting clattered into. Gives the ball back over to Moist.
Just notice how Team Secret rotate back. They're always lunging in from right behind the play. They're not giving Moist easy angles to work with. As soon as they're out of the game, they're turning straight back towards the ball, and they're putting pressure on it. That allows the goalkeepers to just wait for the ball to spill loose and then make a free challenge or take the ball for free. And that's open for a moment, but not long enough. Rise unable to get the shots off before KV1 closes the gap. Once again, every time Moist fire on net, shot 9 times now this game, Team Secret have answered every time.
Oh, wait,
no
there's no way!
It's happened again!
Well, if the mental wasn't in the bin just yet, that'll do it to ya. Team Secret 1, Moist Esports 0, and I don't even think that registers as a shot on target.
That didn't register a shot. We got 1 shot for Team Secret and they've scored once again. This is the same as last game. Moist have had all the opportunities, but Team Secret are just defending so well. This is not something South America are known for. They're all about the offense. They're all about the pace in the midfield and the aggression. Well, look at South America's number 2 team surviving one of the greatest LAN teams of the past year.
You look towards the roster move, the change, Vatira out, Astral in. Astral has a tremendous CV when it comes to LAN events. You look towards Season 8, how far he went with that Dignitas roster. This is not a player that you come in and just say, oh, it doesn't quite work. Now the double commit. First one to it, Sad! 60 seconds! Moist Esports, where you at?
Team Secret are too clinical. What an aerial shot by Sad. Wraps himself around it to slam it into the Moist net. They just score when they're given the chances to do so. Moist trying to retreat and recover the position. Couldn't get there in time. Can Joyo get one past? Of course not. This time it's Sad to the rescue.
Every time they get rid of one head of the Hydra, another one just turns up. Team Secret. They've got bodies everywhere. Even the misses are going for them. Sad now controls the ball, pops it over the top of Rise. More time wasted. Another 5 seconds before Moist Esports could even get another bit of contact on the ball. Now they pop the ball up, Sad's already around, and he will just float and dance and dare anybody to come his way. 25 seconds, Moist have got to get something, and Rise will be tasked with that.
They scored off one 50-50 in the last game. They opened the scoring in this game with a 50-50. That's all you need to do sometimes in Rocket League. It's not fancy, it's nothing special, but it's so effective. If you can just get the ball to bounce off a challenge the right way, well, you might just beat Moist Esports. They've done it. Team Secret have made top 8. And to do it, look at who they've beaten. Quadrant, Space Station, and now Moist Esports, all defeated. Back to back to back. No Mickey run here. Team Secret are here to play.
Do you believe now? South America keeps producing world-class talent at a rapid rate. Complexity, Furia, Team Secret,
the club,
you just keep adding on.
And Crew,
incredible
Team Secret beating a tiebreaker to get you. The list is really such.
A quick reminder, by the way, they usually are playing after we finish on the NA and EU RLCS broadcast, okay? Just so you're aware, you can keep up with this amazing region that is developing incredible talent.
It's just such an entertaining region to watch, to see the rapid improvement. They've been entertaining since day one to watch. The aggression and the offense, the style and the flair that they've had in their gameplay has never been questioned, but defensively, I think that might be one of the best performances we've seen out of a South American number 2 team. Furia have really shown what South America can do. Now Team Secret showing that it's not just one and done, it's not just a lucky lineup that you're never going to see again. That's just the beginning. And they're here to carry on the story.
Quite importantly as well, that now puts Moist Esports on a -2 game differential. To give that some perspective, Power are at -1.
The Moist are going to get a tough matchup coming in to the stage. tomorrow. That's going to be a tough one. I mean, everybody's going to have tough matches.
It's 4 tough matches, no matter what happens. Moist have got to win out from here on. Let's head over to Leafs Lounge.
Welcome down to the pit. We still haven't figured out a name for it. Leafs Lounge, maybe? I don't know, is that good enough? It's the last time almost we'll see this. But we do have KV1 joining us from Team Secret to talk about the victory. I want to start off by saying you guys started a bit slow with Team Liquid. It's not a fun thing to lose like that, but what was changed to make sure that that didn't happen again?
O que mudou para vocês desde que vocês começaram esse Major um pouquinho assim abaixo, né? Perderam aquela série, mas o que mudou de lá para cá?
Olha, eu acho que depois da derrota da Liquid, a gente teve uma conversa um pouco séria, né? E a gente chegou numa conclusão, tipo, é que a gente não estava em sincronia. Depois que a gente teve essa conversa, analisou o que a gente estava de errado, a gente conseguiu se ajeitar e agora trouxemos playoffs.
After losing that series, they got together, regrouped, and then, just talked about everything. And we're like, okay, we want to be serious about this. Let's change things up, focus. And then this is the result.
It's a good result as well. Yeah. Now, the club came in as the favorites of this, but you guys are doing better now. Are people sleeping on you guys?
Club, você sabe, eles vieram como os favoritos, né? Da ação. E agora vocês estão pegando protagonismo, né? Como você se sente quanto a isso?
Eu acho que, tá como favorito querendo uma coisa ótima, né? Mas eu tenho certeza que a The Club vai conseguir passar, eu ainda tenho 100% de fé.
He's saying that being the underdog is not a bad thing, but also being a favorite, like, that's good too. Like, they don't care about that. They're sure the club's gonna make it no matter what.
Good camaraderie. I like that for sure. Now, KV1, you got brought onto the team. I'm just curious how easy of integration it has been into the team to make sure everything's gelling nice.
Quão fácil foi sua adaptação vindo da The Club pra Secret e agora tá aqui jogando um Major junto com eles, só que pelo lado da Secret?
O pessoal da Secret eu já conhecia bem antes, né? Desde quando eu comecei a jogar. E depois que eu saí da The Club, eu entrei na Secret e foi muito tranquilo, porque eu já, querendo ou não, tinha amizade com todos. Então foi tranquilo.
So he's saying that pretty much like already knew all the Secret players and everyone pretty much. So it was a super easy, process to get like he's feeling just at home. And, it's just easy and it's fun.
Easy. Let's hope that's the rest of the games go for them as well. Now, on to Championship Sunday. I just got to ask one final thing. You're ready for the crowd?
E aí, tá pronto pra torcida bem grande lá?
Mal posso esperar.
Can't wait.
Awesome. Well, you're going to have to. It's in a couple days from now. Yeah. But we do have another match to get through before